Okay, hey everyone. I was able to get a Mac install working here. As you can see, it is a bit of old version, but it should work fine, and newer versions should follow more or less the same steps. So to get started, I wanted to run through the installing Git if it's necessary. But before you even go and start installing Git, what I would suggest is you pop open a terminal, which you can do by opening Spotlight and typing term and then enter. And then this will bring you to this command line interface where I just want to type git and just to see if it's there. And so if you get a message like this, where it says usage, and then these are common git commands, blah, 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 then you're already good to go. On the other hand, if you get something, and I'm just going to purposefully misspell this, if you get a message that says command not found, then you have to go and install Git. And if you are going to install Git, you can just open your browser, and hopefully this doesn't take too long. Go. You can go ahead and just search for Git, and I didn't actually, let's go through it the right way. So you can just search for Git, you can go to the page, and then you can go download for Mac, and it will tell you to install Homebrew first. I mean, that there are other ways, but you can do it this way. And it says install Homebrew if you don't already have it, and then run this command. Anytime you see a $sign sort of thing, this is the rest of it is kind of supposed to be entered in a terminal. So if you do have to install Homebrew, you can go ahead and go here and follow this instruction, install Homebrew, copy this, and then paste that into a macOS terminal or Linux shell prompt. So this is a thing that we would put into the terminal. So I would just paste that in here, and then I would run that. This, if you run it, will take probably somewhere around 10 minutes to go through, or up to 10 minutes, I should say. Hopefully not too much longer than that, but it does take a while. So I already did that, and it won't look like it's doing anything a lot of the time. So don't worry if you do have to run it. But once you have it, you will be able to run this brew command, which in this case is quite slow, but then we'll, example usages. It gives you something besides the command not found message. So from there, you can run brew install git, and that will go ahead and install git. The thing is also that you're perfectly welcome to do this. No matter what, this will just install a different version of Git. It's not a big deal. It's not important for this class, but also if you want to start using Homebrew, it's sort of a nice program for installing other software, particularly for programming stuff. We won't be using it in this class, mostly because this is not a Mac-centered class. So if you want to, you can use it, but you do not have to. So I'm just gonna let this install, but that is basically it for this video. You probably have Git. If you don't, run this, and then again, after you get through this thing, it will eventually return you to this sort of waiting for user input prompt, which is just your username and then the computer's name and then some other stuff, followed by the parenthesis. So once you do that, again, you can run git, and it will, for you, print this out. So there you go. At this point, you should have installed git on your Mac. So I will stop sharing, and then in the next videos, we will hook this up to GitKraken and GitHub, and then I will see you for another Mac specific one for installing Miniconda, and finally VS Code and getting that set up. Okay, great.